This podcast is supported by patrons. You can find a full list of them in the description of this episode. Hello, listeners of Good Morning BSS World podcast. This is Victor Doctor, and today we are going to talk about some very interesting initiatives for students, for graduates, for people who are looking for jobs, for fairs. And this is not this one-person episode. Today I have a guest directly from Scotland. My guest is Laura Cameron from ACCA. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Victor. Really nice to meet you, and thank you for inviting me to speak with you today.
Thank you for accepting my invitation. So tell us a little bit about your role in ACCA.
Yeah, so I am the Business Development Manager for ACCA. And I do work primarily with ACCA Ireland. So I look after all of our sort of Irish employers and really support them to sort of find the right talent and to support their employees as well.
So you are in Scotland working for Ireland.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think that's the way of the world now, isn't it? Everything's sort of digital. So so I'm in Scotland working for Ireland.
Okay, so let's now talk a little bit about the initiative which you are now a part of. This is a very interesting initiative. I was actually talking about that already last year, about the previous year's edition, but let's remind people what we are talking about. What is this?
So we are talking about an employability event that's run annually by ACCA, and it really ties in nicely with our ACCA careers portal. Now the event itself is an employability event, and it's going to be hosted this year, next week actually, on the 11th of October. And what the sort of main sort of priority is to match candidates with employers that are searching for finance and accounting talent within the EU.
This is the event which is organized online or stationary somewhere?
So it's an online event. So as we've just discussed, everything is tends to be virtual now, which is brilliant. So I think historically, sort of careers events would be sort of in person, but this has allowed us to sort of reach a bigger audience. So it will be an online virtual event, and it's available. It's open from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. UK time.
12 hours.
Yes.
That's a long day.
So, really long day, yeah. So people can sort of dip in, dip out, and it sort of takes into consideration the time zones as well, which is good.
So we will move a little bit later on to to this area for candidates who are searching for jobs. But let's first focus on the employers. Who is going to be present on the first?
So I think we have coming up for about 110 employers that are registered for the event, and these are going to be sort of a mixture of employers, sort of from banking organisations, commercial operations, shared service centres. There's going to be a big mixture of employers attending the event on the day. They're going to be from all across the EU, so Ireland, Poland, any sort of EU country, they are able to join and meet with candidates on the day.
Even from Poland?
Yes, yeah, even from Poland, yes.
Good. And what is the role of the employers? So they are some kind available for the candidates, or how does it work? What do they have within this event?
So we go out to all of the employers that we have relationships with, and they're looking for sort of finance and accounting talent at all levels. So they may be looking for people that are looking for graduate programs, or for people that are sort of fully qualified and have gone through their accounting and finance journey and are looking for their next role. So the employers are really seeking out sort of the best candidates for their open positions that they have.
Especially in the times where to find a good candidate, it is not such an easy process.
I know, and I think that's maybe one of the main benefits of this fair. So we contact all of our sort of participants, and the employers get the opportunity to have a look at their CVs in advance and really find the right talent that they're looking for.
So let's move to those employees, to the candidates, who are they usually? Are those people who are somehow connected with the ACCA network, or those are people who never worked with you earlier on, never used your programs? What is the profile of those people?
So anybody can actually attend this careers fair. Now it works in conjunction with our ACCA careers sort of job board. Now that job board is also open to everybody, but we do have ACCA students, ACCA affiliates, and ACCA members, which are part of that pool. So students will be people that are sort of registered with ACCA and starting to complete the ACCA qualification and go along their journey to becoming a qualified accountant. Once you have completed your exams, you would become an affiliate, and you would have to get sort of 3 years practical experience under your belt to be able to become a member. And then when you become a member, you're a certified accountant. So those are the types of people that will be at the fair. But it's not just those people that are registered with ACCA. It can be people that are maybe at university, they've just graduated and they know that they want to have a career in accounting and finance. So we find that those types of people really benefit from the fair and finding their first role. And a lot of employers as well, they'll have graduate programs, so people that have maybe graduated and want to start that journey. And employers do, employ people without having that experience as well. So just people that are, looking to get into the finance sector. So it really is a broad spectrum of candidates that are going to be present at the fair and welcome.
Okay, so we already know the employers, we know the candidates, and now candidates will attend the fair, so they will match somehow with the employers. How does it look like on this platform? Because if this is virtual, we need to somehow connect one side with another. So what's the scenario? How does it work?
Absolutely. So we've been working in conjunction with all of our employers, and we allow them to set up a virtual booth on the day, so that every employer is going to have their own booth, and that'll link out to ACCA Careers, which will list all of the roles that they have. It'll link out to their own websites to give the candidates information about the employer and about why they should work for them. And when the candidates register, they can upload their CV, search for the employers in various different countries across the EU, and we put them in touch with the employers, so they can enter the booth and have one-to-one chats, either sort of through web, on a sort of chat type service, or they can have video conversations as well, and have appointments with them for sort of one-to-one conversations as well.
And those are the conversations with real people or with some kind of AI bots, for example?
Real people. So the employers can add any number of representatives on the day, and that will be generally people, recruiters and people from HR that are looking to discuss the role, yeah, with the candidates, and really sort of look at their experience and see if they match the type of person that they're looking for.
So it means that if those are talks with the real humans, it means that there is a certain time which they can spend on some candidates. So I can expect that sometimes there may be a queue of candidates to talk to a certain employer.
Potentially, but there is some chat timings on the booth, so the candidates can go in and schedule chats. Sorry, the employers can schedule chats with the candidates that may be suitable for their roles. And the beauty of that is it's from 8 till 8, so they can go in and choose a specific time to meet with a particular employer that they might be interested in.
Okay. You mentioned 110 employers. And how many candidates do you expect?
So we're hoping for Well, we're hoping maybe about 3,000. I think that was roughly what we had last year. So we won't obviously know until the day. But I think we're getting there. We're getting close to that number. We go out to sort of people that have maybe expressed an interest in ACCA. We go out to all of our students, all of our affiliates and members as well, to make them aware of the fair. And this is also sort of promoted on ACCA Careers, the website, which is open to everybody as well. We also go out to our universities all over the EU, just to make graduates aware that this is happening as well.
3,000 candidates. So this is quite impressive, big number. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you reached it last year, so why not to have the same this one?
Yeah, and I think there is some difficulties sort of with recruitment sort of across the EU. So we're hoping that we can match the right candidates with the right employers and try and close that gap for people. And it's really about sort of making those introductions and finding the right people for the right roles.
Let's focus now a little bit on the technical things of this event. So this is online. This is one thing. The second one, it is in English. Yeah. So English is the language which is going to be used by candidates and employers.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. So this is it. And now the costs are for the candidates. Any costs related to that?
No. So no cost for anybody to utilise the careers fair. It's more about sort of making those conversations happen, and really sort of bridging that gap and allowing people to meet. We really want to do sort of the best for our employers, and we want to do the best for our finance and accounting participants as well. So no cost for them.
Okay. Any tips and hints?
Yes, if you are a candidate, I would suggest uploading your CV along with your application. So there is a space to do that, because our recruiters will be, they might be looking for something in particular. So if you make sure your CV is up to date with all of your achievements, and make sure you are contacting employers that you have an interest in.
Okay. Did we forget about anything?
I don't think so. No, I think it's going to be a great day for anyone that's looking for a position. I think this has been the 40th actually virtual careers fair. So it has been running such a long time. I think we've had about 170,000 registrations to date. About 2,500 employers have already taken part in a virtual careers fair, and we've had 50,000 job applications as a direct result of the fairs as well.
40th edition. So I can imagine that the first ones probably were not virtual, but in a real life.
Yeah. I don't have the exact details, but I'm guessing 40 years ago it wouldn't have been virtual at that time.
That's a long time, and 170,000 people attending.
Yes.
That's impressive, to be honest. So maybe the last question, if somebody still is not somehow aware about where to look for the information about those fairs, what is the webpage where they can find more details about this?
So I can send you the link, or if you search ACCA Virtual Careers Fair, you'll be able to sign up. But I'll definitely follow up with the link, and if you fill out that information, you'll be able to attend the fair on the day. There was something else I was going to mention. So it's not just a job fair. So if you are looking for advice on sort of building your CV and getting some career advice, sort of any of that type of information, that's all going to be included in the fair as well. We have an auditorium where we've got some specific sort of videos that you can watch about enhancing your career opportunities as well. So it's definitely the main purpose is to connect you with recruiters. But if you really want to think about your future and where you're going to go in accounting and finance, we would recommend that you have a look at the other areas of the fair as well.
So this is not only work, but also some kind of education which stands behind that. I will make sure, of course, to add the link to the description of this episode, especially that this episode is going to be live 2 days before the fair, so we will still have a chance to reach few candidates to know about this initiative. Thank you very much for today.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for inviting me, and good luck to everybody that joins.